Okay, as we have seen yesterday, the ozone molecule, see how ozone forms is in our environment, there are oxygen molecules are there. Okay, oxygen molecules are there. So strong UV rays of sunlight, UV rays of strong UV rays of sunlight, what happens? They fall on this oxygen molecule and they split up this oxygen into two molecules of O and O. And this O mixes with another oxygen molecule which is present in our environment and they forms O3. And this O3 is nothing but our ozone. O3 is nothing but our ozone. So this ozone is a protecting cover. Ozone is protecting cover for our earth. So on the earth, it is acting like a blanket, a shield of blanket, which is protecting our earth from the harmful radiations which are coming from sun. If there is no ozone layer, you people cannot survive at all. Remember, if ozone layer is not present around us as a blanket, these all harmful radiations which are UV and ultraviolet and very harmful radiations will enter into the earth and they will fall on our skin, and due to that ultraviolet strong radiations we may get skin cancers and even many hazardous diseases we will get. So due to this, ozone layer is very important for the survival of any organism on the earth. So if there is no ozone layer, so it becomes very tough for the organism to survive. And one more thing, what happens is, due to the heavy use of chlorofluorocarbon, which is present, which is released due to the use of refrigerators and ACs and also cars and also some perfumes. So if you use
Fire
these
extinguisher.
okay, better.
Fire extinguisher.
Yes, fire extinguishers. If you use these things much more, so what happens? So these will make hole in our ozone. So when they make hole in our ozone, the sunlight will enter from that hole to the earth and it will collapse all living organisms which are present on the earth. So we have to protect our ozone by reducing use of CFC. Now in reduce use of CFC we have to reduce, and if we reduce the use of CFC, then ozone will not get hold, and if it is not getting hold, we'll be very comfortable on the earth, or else that shield which is acting like a blanket on the earth will not protect us from the harmful radiations which are present, which will come from the sun. So these all things we have seen, and yesterday we have also seen about Kyoto Protocol, what it means. Kyoto Protocol is a protocol which is signed by many countries. Actually, this protocol has signed by many countries. Those countries have agreed not to use CFC much. Okay, CFC, they will reduce CFC use. So like that they have agreed, and due to this Kyoto Protocol is also have succeeded in reducing the ozone hole. So today one more important topic we'll discuss, that is garbage disposal. What is that? Garbage disposal. See, in our environment, human activities and many other like factories, industries and all, they produce lots of garbages and lots of unusual things. Okay, so how to dispose them? How to dispose them is the biggest task. See, daily morning you see one vehicle will come to your home. Okay, one vehicle comes daily to your home, and with the loudspeaker they come and they collect all the garbage which is present in your home. Have you seen that vehicle? Every day it comes right to your home. ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ರಿ ಅದು ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಡು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಬಂದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಂಬಲ್ಲಿದಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಯ್ತಾನದ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಿ ಒಂದು ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಬಿ ಏನದ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅದ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ನಾವ್ ಎಲ್ ಬಿ ಹಾರೋಡ್ದೇವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪಲ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. So you are daily producing some amount of garbage and you are throwing in front of your home itself. What happens? So that garbage, when you throw in front of your home, it will be accumulated, and all some bacteria, viruses will be produced in that garbage, and eventually they will come to your home again and they will cause some serious diseases to you people. So due to that, garbage disposal is an important thing in our day-to-day life. So improvement in lifestyle have resulted in accumulation of large amount of waste materials. See, we have improved in our lifestyles, and due to that, see, if you go to shop, he will give you a polythene bag, and if you go somewhere mall, they will give you bags. If you go to vegetable market, then he will also give you bag. So where you throw that bags, where you throw that waste which is produced from those all things is an important thing. So where we throw, we have to collect it, we have to store it, and we have to give it to the municipality people who are collecting it. Not, you should not throw yourself into the environment. If you throw into the environment, it will not be degraded for millions of years. Plastic cannot be degraded millions of years. Therefore, you should give it to the municipality people so that they will treat it in the right manner and they will dispose it in the right manner. Understood? So improvements in lifestyle have resulted in accumulation of large amount of waste material. We have improved in our lifestyle. We have changed our lifestyle. Daily we are using our vehicles. Daily we are purchasing online. It is also producing lots of garbages and all. So where we are disposing that garbage? So garbage disposal technique is an important thing in our day-to-day life. So how we can dispose? So types of materials in garbage. So what type of materials are there in garbage? So one is biodegradable, non-biodegradable. First is biodegradable. Biodegradable means substances which can be decomposed by the action of microorganisms are called biodegradable waste material. See, what you do is, tomorrow you do one thing. Tomorrow your mother cuts vegetable, right? She cuts the vegetable, and from that vegetable waste is generated. That vegetable waste you throw somewhere in front of your home. After a few days, you see that there is no vegetable at all. This vegetable waste cannot be there after some times because this vegetable waste is eaten by microorganisms. Okay, this vegetable waste is eaten by the microorganisms which are present in the environment. So due to that, this vegetable waste is not there. So again, you take one more example, take a polythene bag, take a carry bag and throw it in front of your home. After 10 days, you see it, it will be there itself. After 15 days, you see it, it will be there. After 1 year, you see it will be there. After 10 years, you see it will be there. So it takes many years to get disposed. So this will release very harmful things into the environment. What? This plastic. So we have to reduce the plastic. Even Narendra Modi, you have said recently, he has collected plastics on the beach. Have you seen him carrying a bag? And inside this bag, he was collecting a bottle. Even our water bottles are coming in plastic bags. What happens? You drink the water and you throw that bottle. So again, that bottle will remain for thousands of years in our environment. So how it can be reduced? So how this type of disposed thing which are not good for human health can be reduced is an important factor in our day-to-day life. So biodegradable things are biodegraded with the help of microorganisms which are present in our environment. But non-biodegradable things cannot be decomposed. Remember, biodegradable things can be decomposed. Biodegradable things cannot be decomposed. So biodegradable things, examples are fruits, vegetable, peel, cotton, jute, dung, paper. These all are biodegradable things. So nowadays you are seeing that even all malls are providing you paper bags. Previously they were giving you plastic bags, but now some people have reduced using plastic bags. They are giving paper bags to save our environment from the harmful diseases and harmful chemicals which are released by these, what do you call, plastic bags. So non-biodegradable wastes, substances which cannot be decomposed by the action of microorganisms are called non-biodegradable wastes. Understood? ಯಾವ substances ಗಳು ನಾವು ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸ್ ಆಗಲು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಬಿಡ್ದೆವು. Okay, I have thrown a water bottle into the environment, but it is not decomposed. It will remain for thousands of years in our environment itself. So this type of materials are called non-biodegradable materials. Understood? And one more thing, examples of non-biodegradable things are polythene, metals, synthetic fibers, radioactive waste, and pesticides. Pesticides also non-biodegradable, remember. Pesticides also non-biodegradable. Plastic is the biggest threat. Polythene is the biggest threat. Metals are the biggest threats. So in our environment, if you reduce using of these all things, our environment will be very happy and you will get a lots of advantages from the environment, or else you will get lots of diseases which are releasing by that non-biodegradable things. See, microorganisms release enzymes which decomposes the material, but these enzymes are specific in their action. That's why enzymes cannot decompose all the materials. So these microorganisms, what they will do? See, here it is a microorganism. Okay, here it is a microorganism. Here it is vegetable waste. This is vegetable waste. This microorganism release some type of enzymes. Some type of enzymes. These enzymes will decompose this. So again, this same microorganism try to decompose. It will also release some enzyme to the plastic bag, but these enzymes cannot decompose this plastic bag, remember. So these enzymes are specific. They like only this one. They like only vegetable, not plastic. From plastic, they will not get any food, but they can get food from vegetable. So that is why, so these all plastic materials, these all pesticides are not disposable or not decomposable items. So if they are not decomposed, they are remaining in our environment for millions and millions of years, and they will cause very hazardous diseases for us. So how can you dispose these wastes, dispose these biodegradable and degradable items? You can dispose. So some few methods are there. See, you have methods of disposal. So biogas plant. Last time we have seen biogas plant, right? In the biogas, what we are using? We are using biological waste. We are using what? Biological waste. So biodegradable waste can be used in biogas plant to produce biogas and manure. So here you got vegetable. Here you got vegetable waste. Here you got some paper. Here you got some cow dung. These all things you collect and put into biogas plant. When you put into biogas plant, a biogas methane is produced in this, and this gas you can cook. By using this gas you can cook, and here you are also disposing that, you are also disposing and you are producing energy from that. So this is what reusing. So you are recycling and reusing the plants and vegetable manure and biodegradable manure. Okay, understood? And also sewage treatment of plant. So what you do is the drain water can be cleaned in the sewage treatment plant before adding to the river. So what you have to do, there is a water, say it is the water is coming from the factory. So in the inside that water, many non-biodegradable and very pollutants, very harmful pollutants are there inside that water. What you can do is you can remove those all pollutants and non-biodegradable things from that water, and you can treat it first. First treat it and then you let them flow to the river. Without treating, if you let them to flow to the river, so you are directly polluting all the rivers. Right? So other kade ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕ್ರಿ, biodegradable things ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೀವೇಜ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನ್ರಿ, ಏನ್ ಬಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿವರ್ದ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಹಂಗೆ ರಿವರ್ದ ಬಿಟ್ಟೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ರಿವರ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್. The wastes are buried in a low-lying area and are compacted by rolling with the bulldozers. Land filings ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನ್ರಿ, ಹಿಂಗೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಕೆದರ್ತಾರ್ರಿ ಅದ್ರ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆದರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆಲ್ಲ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಾಕ್ತಾರ, ಮಣ್ಣಿಲಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಾಕಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತಾರ ಬುಲ್ಡೋಸರ್ಲಿಂದು ಓಡಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಬುಲ್ಡೋಸರ್ಸ್ ಓಡಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರ ಅವೇನಾಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೆಲದಾಗೆ ದಬಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದೇನಾಯ್ತು ರೀ ಕಾಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದಾಯ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫೈಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಕಾಂಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರ the waste are buried in low lying areas and are compacted rolling with the this is not composting. Organic waste are filled in a compost pit and covered with a layer of soil. After about 3 months garbage changes to manure. ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಅಂತೀರಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ್ರಿ? ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಇರ್ತದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ತಗೋತಾರ್ರಿ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತರಕಾರಿದ, ಗಿಡದ, ಪೇಪರ್ ಅದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಹಿಂಗ ಒಂದ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಥೋಡೆ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಥೋಡೆ ಮಣ್ಣು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 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 ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಾಕ್ತಾವ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್ ಇದೇ ಒಂದು ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಆಗಿ ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನ್ರಿ? ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯೂರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯೂರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ fertilizers, as you can use them as a fertilizers, natural fertilizers. So organic waste are filled in the compost pit and covered with a layer of soil. After about a month, 3 months, garbage changes to manure. Adu en garbage ittu agina enallatri iga gobbur agala. G for garbage, G for gobbur. Garbage is to gobbur means garbage is to manure. So what is recycling? So non-biodegradable wastes are recycled to make new items. Non-biodegradable items ಏನ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೀ, ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ತಂದ್ರು ಪಪ್ಪ. ಈಗ ತರಕಾರಿ ತರ್ಲಕ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಚಂದ ಕೊಟ್ರ. ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಸ್ಯಾರಿ ಸೆಂಟರ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಸಾರಿ ತಂದಿರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬೈ ಅನದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ರೀಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ರೀಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೊಸದ್ ಹೋಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಹೋದಾಗ ಬಜಾರ್ದಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ಮನೆಗಿಂದ ಒಂದ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಒಯ್ದಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ? ಡೈಲಿ ನೀವು ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ತರ್ಲಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ದಿನ ಹೋದಾಗ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ recycle and reuse it. And also reuse. It is a conventional technique to use an item again. Example, newspaper for making envelopes. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರ್ರಿ. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಮನೆ ಬರೋದ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾರ್ ಹೊಡಿತೀರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ರೀಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. You can reuse it. First time ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, recycle ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, reuse ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, reduce, recycle and reuse. 3 R's ಕೇಳಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಏನ್ ಬಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ? ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅದ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಇಸ್ ರೀಸೈಕಲ್. ರೀಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇವು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬಾಟಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಮನೆಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು 100 ಬಾಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅದು. ಅವು 100 ಬಾಟಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ? ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಾಲಿಟಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ರೀಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ ಹೊಸ ಬಾಟಲ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ ನಿಮ್ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ರಿಯೂಸ್, ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ರೀಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತ ರಿಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನ್ರಿ? ಈಗ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಅದಂದ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ರ ಮತ್ ಬೇರೆ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಾಟಲ್ದಾಗ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಹಚ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಅವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ reuse, reduce, recycle and reuse. Reduce, recycle and reuse. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಂಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ reuse ಅಂತ. So these all things we have seen in this chapter. Important, very very important things. So like in our day-to-day life, what all the problems this our environment is facing, then how can we dispose the waste which we are generating in our day-to-day life. So these all things we have seen, and hope this chapter you people have understood very well.